Welcome to Tracy Talks, where functional medicine meets personal development. You want to be living your best life, but the overwhelming amount of health information out there is confusing, and the way you think about yourself is keeping you stuck. You know you are meant for more. As a women's health specialist, my aim is to simplify and equip you with the tools you need to be beautifully balanced from the inside out. Welcome back to the podcast, Tracy Talks. I am your host, Tracy, and today I am talking about pillar number 3, lifestyle medicine. This is such an important part of the work that I do because, as you've heard it said, you are what you eat. Well, I want to argue that you are what you do. And here's something that I want you to remember. If you can take away anything from this podcast, this is the one line I want you to not forget. The basics work if you work the basics. So let's first talk about lifestyle medicine. I'll give you a couple examples. I'll give you the favorite ones that I like to do in my life. And then I'm going to talk about some of the barriers that we run up against and why lifestyle medicine tends to be so easy, right? Or let's say simple, often cheap, if not free, but difficult to commit to. So let's go. Lifestyle medicine. Well, lifestyle medicine, I think, can be defined by the daily habits that help create the picture of our health. When we talked about the thought model in transformational thinking, I want to harken back to that because this is how it worked from a top-down approach. Remember, we had a neutral circumstance that created a thought in our life, which then lended to a feeling we felt in our bodies, which then gave us the action to take, which ultimately produced the results in our life. This is no different. Lifestyle medicine works along this exact same top-down approach where the things that we do actually create the results that we get in our lives. And I understand that sometimes it can be so simple, so basic, that we think, it can't possibly move the needle that much. But I am here to tell you that I've not only experienced it in my own life, but my clients who get the best results in their journeys are taking lifestyle medicine seriously. And there is not one chronic health issue that I can think of that can't be helped or can't be improved upon with lifestyle medicine. Can you? I mean, there's literally nothing that cannot be improved upon when we start to address what we eat and drink, how we move our bodies, how we think our thoughts, and how we feel inside of our bodies, and how we rest at night. And also that would include stress reduction techniques. So you've heard that you cannot out-exercise a bad diet, right? You could take that treadmill by storm 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours a day. But if you're eating junk food, your net result is not going to lean towards optimal health. You cannot exercise more than the diet is in terms of it's being detrimental to your health. And the same thing, what you do on a daily basis adds up to the overall result that you are getting. So we've got it could be easy to think about it like this. There's 4 areas of our body that we need to be tending to when it comes to lifestyle medicine. Physical bodies, mental, emotional bodies, social, and spiritual. I find that it's easy when we break it down like that because it's a way to create a framework around making sure that each of these 4 areas of our lives are being supported. So, what are some ways that we can support our physical bodies? Nutrition, right? Eating correctly, fueling our bodies, keeping our blood sugars stable. That is so important to regulating our moods, to balancing our hormones, to giving us good digestion, which helps stave off pathogens and parasites and other forms of chronic illness that can be a chemical stressor that you don't see on the outside. Exercise, how you move your body every single day. If you move your body every single day. Morning sunlight, so important. I love that for our physical body. Um, grounding is such a big deal. Grounding, getting outside on the earth, making contact with your bare feet, stretching. These are things that really can bolster our physical bodies when it comes to creating a different result in our life. Mental, emotional. How about gratitude journaling, stress reduction? One of my favorite things for mental and emotional health, and I absolutely put this in the lifestyle medicine category. Are you ready? It's very simple. Might not be easy for everyone, but smiling. Seriously, put this down as a piece of lifestyle medicine that will help change the kind of results that you get in your life. Breathwork fits into this too. When we release pent up breath inside of our bodies, have you ever heard that phrase, we store our issues in our tissues? This is one way that we can get rid of the things that we're storing up, which is in breath work. When we are consciously releasing thoughts that keep us stuck, thoughts that keep us in an anxiety loop, thoughts that lead to nowhere. Social's a big deal, right? No man is an island. We need to be sure that we are creating community and connection in our lives. And that might look different for everyone. The older I get, the smaller my circle gets. I love it. And you go through different phases of life, different times of your life where you have the capacity for wide breadths of friendships. And other times you really need to zero in on what's the most important thing. Nonetheless, connection, community with other people who care about you, who you care about, absolutely fits into our social network of lifestyle medicine. Lastly, that fourth area, spiritual. Gratitude journaling, right? Being thankful that you're even alive, that you woke up today, that you have another day on earth, that your body works, that you're in as good of a place as you are. There's always something to be thankful for. I like to put personal development in the spiritual category too, because anytime that we learn and grow, when we release limiting beliefs, when we blow the tops off of our minds in the way we consider and think about things, we expand ourselves. It is a very spiritual activity by nature. And lastly, prayer, meditation, right? Communicating with God, communicating thanks, gratefulness, needs, supplication, your desires, laying everything at God's feet is such a powerful form of lifestyle medicine. So some of my other favorite things that I like to do that, don't necessarily fit into those four areas, but strength training, right? That fits into how we exercise and move our bodies. Heart math is something that I use with my clients. I absolutely love this tool. You can get the app on your phone. It's a low monthly subscription. You can also buy a sensor for it if you find that you really love this practice. But what it does is it teaches you how to get heart coherence. And what that means is how to get in touch with what your heart is doing, not in terms of its feeling, but in terms of its sympathetic stress response to anything that you encounter in your lives. And this heart rate variability has a lot to say with our general outcomes and our health status. Binaural beats is something that I absolutely love in terms of relaxation and calming that sympathetic stress response in our bodies. Obviously, restorative sleep. I have the Aura Ring. I absolutely love the Aura Ring. The Aura Ring is very useful when you need to optimize and you're curious about the dissections of you wake up and you might feel rested, but did you get enough deep sleep? Did you get enough restorative sleep? Did you get enough REM sleep? Are you moving through at least 4 cycles per night? And if the answers to any of these things are no, then it gives you a much better, a much more accurate way to pinpoint what we can do differently in the body. Here's a great one: unplugging from your phone. This fits into the lifestyle medicine category. Anything that we do, okay, these are not the supplements that we take. These are not the protocols that we're following. These are the actions that we take with our minds, our bodies every single day to move ourselves along the journey of optimal health. So In the Balanced Hormone Solution, my 90-day program, I like to focus on something that I've called the 30-30 challenge. This is 30 ways and 30 days where we create a morning routine, the morning reboot, and an evening routine, the evening rewind. And both of these things are very powerful when it comes to creating habits and routine. Specifically when it comes to hormones, I like to think of our hormonal balance like toddlers. Toddlers love structure. They love routine. They like repetition. Hormones, the exact same thing. Hormones love structure and routine and repetition. So when we are talking about habits that we do every morning, habits that we do every evening, little check-in points throughout the day, these are free, if not very cheap, ways to regulate our hormones. And when our hormones are regulated, everything seems to fall into place in terms of the way that we feel. And if you feel better in your life, I think this makes sense to you. You show up better in your life. And when you show up better in your life, you create more energy, more life force, more creativity. You show up with more vitality. You show up in the world like you really are living at your best. And is there any other way to describe optimal health than that? I am not so sure. So the thing about lifestyle habits is it's really easy to think that because they're so simple, they can't possibly be effective. But actually, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to pick one lifestyle habit. For me, I never miss a day without walking. My ideal day includes a 60-minute walk. For me, that's about anywhere between 11 and 12,000 steps. I love to walk every single day. It's not just good for my physical body, it's good for my mental and emotional body, even good for my spiritual body. I like to pray when I walk. I like to talk to friends. I like to listen to podcasts, and I like to just have nothing going on in my ears and just think and be silent. I like to listen to the birds. I'm on a walk right now, and I can hear the birds and the humid, damp air in my face, and it helps me feel more grounded and more connected in my life. So for me, if there's one thing I do not miss every single day, it is some form of walking. Now, even if it's bad weather outside, I have a gym membership that I can use the treadmill, but it's not my favorite form because I don't have that same connection with the earth and the outdoors and the same mental freedom that I experience when I'm walking outside. But nonetheless, I still get the benefit of my body moving, and I absolutely love that. Now, lifestyle habits, they get easier over time. The more you practice them, the easier they are to commit to. And the more you're going to want them and even need them. And yet, like I said, I think the temptation is there to look at lifestyle medicine as, well, I'll get to that one day. I'll get to that someday. When I'm feeling better, I'll exercise. When I have more margin, I will plan out nutritious meals. When I fill in the blank, that can be a never-ending list of excuses that we tend to come up with. So the one thing that I want to challenge you with is to pick one thing and stick to it for 1 week. If it's walking for you, 15 minutes. That's all it takes. Go first thing in the morning. No podcasts, no music, no phone. Take a walk for 15 minutes and see how it changes your life. Just to get outside, breathe the fresh air, like I said, connect with the earth, but also to move your body first thing in the morning. Do that for 1 week. Second week, add in one more thing. Third week, add in one more thing. Fourth week, 1 month from now, you've got 4 new habits that are helping to create a healthier lifestyle. But here's some things that tend to get in the way from us wanting to and actually completing anything that will help move the needle in our lives in terms of lifestyle medicine. And what I think at the heart of this issue is what goes wrong in our thinking. So, this is why pillar number 2, transformational thinking, needs to be at the root about every single thing we do. Because, can you relate to this? Have you ever tried to take an action and you don't follow through, right? We wouldn't have so many New Year's resolutions on January 1st and people deciding February 1st that it just wasn't for them if this wasn't true. I cannot possibly be the only one who has let myself down time and time again. I see it all around me. And it tends to be a type of human nature where we go, well, we tried that, it didn't work for me. But if you stop and you get curious about, why can't I seem to make this shift? Why can't I get outside and walk every day? Why can't I eat nutritiously every single day? Why do I tell myself the stories that I tell myself? And it all comes down to a sentence in your mind. It comes down to what you believe about yourself. So one of the most important sentences that we can think, it's a statement all in itself, and it's these 2 little words: I am. So let me flesh this out for you. If you say that I am a woman who is busy, a woman who is overwhelmed, a woman who never has enough time, I am a woman who can't lose weight, I am a woman who just doesn't like to exercise, I am a woman who never finds the time to journal or to meditate. How does that feel inside the body when you're repeating those things? It's like a full stop, isn't it? It's like a roadblock. It's like a point where we come up against the realization that this is not a place where we're going to create change in our life. On the other hand, let's take that same powerful sentence, that same powerful statement, and change it. What if we say, I am a woman who takes care of herself. I am a woman who finds the way. I am a woman who finds the time. I am a woman who feeds herself the best quality foods. I am a woman who cares about how and when she sleeps. I am a woman who moves her body daily. I am a woman who chooses things that will help reduce the stress in my life. How do those feel? Pretty drastically different, right? So how you think about yourself directly affects the actions that you take in your life. And this is why I started with remembering that thought model, because it all starts with that thought that we choose. But what if we choose a different thought and it created a different feeling? Guess what? You're going to have a different action, and then you're going to have a different result in your life. If you are a woman who is always telling yourself you never have enough time to get outside for a walk, do you think you will ever actually have the action of walking? Will you produce the result of someone who understands that optimal health is 80% lifestyle and only 20% supplements? Probably not. But what if you chose a thought that served you? What if you chose a thought that helped you reach towards that optimal health? And you said, I am a woman who finds the time. I am a woman who makes it a priority. I am a woman who chooses to make her health a priority above anything else. Do you think that woman will then create a different result in her life? Yes, because that's going to produce some action steps where we physically do after we believe. So it all starts with that transformational thinking in our heads. So first, I want you to be a woman who puts yourself first. You've heard that oxygen mask analogy, right? That you can't take care of others around you unless you're taking care of yourself first. Or, I've also heard, you can't pour from an empty cup. This is all getting at the same thing. The best caretakers, if caretaking of others is important to you, if that's a value, like it is for me, I'm a mother of 5 children, taking care of others is very, very much a part of what I do. Well, I can either choose to think, I don't have time to take care of myself because I'm so busy taking care of others, or I can choose the thought that says, I am a better caretaker of others when I take care of myself first. Which one is going to get me outside walking every single day? Which one is going to convince me to pick up some weights so that I'm strong and fit for my lifestyle? Which one is going to help me take the time to focus on proper meals and nutrition, deep breathing when I feel stressed, those types of things, right? So it all starts in that thought. And I want you to know that the best caretakers take care of themselves first. So pick one habit this week. Pick one habit that you can do one time a day, and build upon it. Week 2, do that same thing twice a day, or pick a new habit a different time of day. At the end of 1 month, you will have 4 new things that are part of your lifestyle, which are helping you to achieve optimal health. It's easy to want a pill. I get the temptation. It's easy to greenwash it and just want supplements and protocols and think that that's going to be all that we need. Now, it's true. We do need supplements to give our bodies what they need and what they're missing. But if we want to maintain optimal results, if we want to achieve optimal health, it's far more about what we do every single day than what we take in our mouths in terms of supplements. So I hope this has given you some food for thought. I sure have enjoyed this walk with you. The birds are out in full force, just crossed a beautiful stream, and I am almost done with my walk for the day. And it's been fun spending this time with you. So if you are looking to become beautifully balanced from the inside out, I would love to hear from you and love to have you in my balanced hormone solution. But today, become a woman who chooses to put herself first, to take care of herself first. All right, friends, until next time. Thank you for joining me today on Tracy Aaron Talks. I hope you found today's episode enriching to your life. If you enjoyed today's content, would you consider subscribing to the podcast and leaving a review? That simple act helps this podcast get into the hands and ears of many more women just like you. Remember, anything you want and do not yet have will require a new set of beliefs, thoughts, actions, and a new you. I am honored to be on this journey with you as we wholeheartedly pursue true health and wellness in mind, body, and soul.